touchpads.
Yeah.
But it's funny when sometimes I come assim. As pessoas não se beijam, né? Às vezes. Juan Carlos is expert and he works a lot. HIV/AIDS, and he and we work in this project with youth that I was talking. Nós dois estamos no projeto juntos e somos jovens, não só positivos,
That is crazy. So today is day 6 for me, I believe. Day 6? Day 6. We went into downtown. We actually went to ABIA. It's an organization that actually works with educating youth about AIDS and HIV and helping them with make sure that they do their medication and not spreading disease and things like that. It was actually really cool. I decided that's what I'm doing my project on is AIDS, researching AIDS and HIV in Brazil, actually compared to the US. And it's here, AIDS medication is actually free, but there's so many hoops and things you have to go through to get it. I mean, like normally once you're diagnosed, it takes 3 months for you to actually get the medication, and sometimes if you're not showing any symptoms, the doctors will kind of discourage you getting the medication. So I mean, years can go by and you show no symptoms, but suddenly you get this horrible illness that's, you know, that can kill you, and then you're like, oh yeah, I need the medication for HIV, and it's kind of too late by then. So, and there's so much, I mean, in the US, it's bad. You have HIV, you have to live with it, but you take medication, and there's a lot of groups and whatnot that actually that you can go to, that you can like live a decent life. It's not, if I remember correctly, it's not free to get medication in the US, but here it's free, but has such a, I don't know, you can be killed here for having it. I mean, especially in the favelas. I mean, if you have AIDS and someone finds out, you can be killed. If you don't know and you give it to someone else, especially like I said in the favelas, then you can be killed for that too. There's good things, free medication, but so much bad around it. So that was kind of an eye-opener today, that I want to learn more about that, because it's pretty rough. So opposed to the US, that, I mean, we have our issues with healthcare and whatnot, but it's nothing like here, really. I mean, healthcare here is, I mean, they need better doctors and they need better, supplies. I mean, here, I mean, they don't have like a ventilator or whatnot. If you had HIV and came down with a horrible cold, and you can die from it here because they don't have they're ill-equipped to deal with it here. So it was just very surprising. So we did that. We saw the church where the street children were slaughtered one night. They came out and just shot all these children that were sleeping. They were homeless children that were sleeping in front of the church. It was a gorgeous church, but it's just so heartbreaking to see these in the bricks. They actually, the outlines in red of these children that's where they died, right in front of the church. It's just heartbreaking. So that was it was a day that was very, it was amazing things about the day, like standing in a big group of Brazilians when Brazil scored a goal against Mexico in the game, the soccer game. Everybody on the street freaked out. And I was screaming too, and people are like blowing whistles and screaming and jumping around and hugging each other, and then there's fireworks going off right beside us, and it was amazing. So this is definitely not the US, but I love the experience. It's amazing. It's such an amazing experience. There's things that kind of break my heart that I learned today, but it's definitely an eye-opener. So this was day 6. And I will update again tomorrow. Tonight we're going to a night market. So we'll see how that goes. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow.
We tested during a pilot, and then we try to write a model that is replicable in any cities in the world. That's the goal.
Oh my God.
Good morning. I didn't do a video last night. I got so caught up with everything that was happening. So yesterday was day 7 for me. The day before, day 6, after I posted that video, we ended up going to a club called Emporio that played American music and danced around, had a good time. We were out till about 3 o'clock in the morning. And yesterday, other than a lecture hearing about, they have a new program. Well, it's not so new, it's been going on just for a few years. They're trying to get it to be an actual thing as doctors with like backpacks full of medical supplies going into the favelas and taking care of the elderly, because it's hard for them to get downhill to the doctor. But that, to me, that actually seems like a really good program, and I hope it continues. But then after that, we pretty much we had the rest of the day to kind of go off and do things. I came home and I napped. So I'm lazy. But after that, we ended up getting up and going to something called couch surfing, and it's not exactly what it is in the U.S. You know, couch surfing. It's like you get you can travel around by sleeping in someone's couch and you get to see the United States that way, or I think it's also you can go to other countries and do that too. But here it's like a bunch of people get together at a little kiosk with drinks and stuff and just hang out and get to know each other and all that. Well, that was kind of apparently it was a lot less people than usual. So Lilia, the one who runs the daycare we were at the other day, said, why don't we go to Coseña, the favela, at night? And I was like, well, I trust Lilia, so we all went, and it was honestly, it's kind of a different experience being there, sitting down. We were sitting at a sushi restaurant, and there's a lot of mixed feelings I had. Like, part of me in my head was like, oh, I'm not going to eat the fish here, or things like that. And then I felt bad for feeling that way because I was feeling this mixed feelings of, oh, I won't eat the fish here. I don't know where it comes from. The place is dirty, blah. And having that like better than you attitude, and I don't like that feeling. And I had such a good time. We were walking around and everyone I keep on saying excuse me. Everyone, when we had to use the bathroom, the people there were very nice, asked me where I was from. Oh, that's really cool. It was just talking with me, and it was really awesome. One thing I did notice, because we were obviously foreigners, we were sitting at the restaurant and people kept coming up to us, and I had so many people come up to me. Like, this one woman came up with flowers and she wanted me to buy one of her flowers, and I'm like, no obrigada. And she said to me, if you don't buy a flower, I cry. And part of me was like, oh God, I feel so terrible. And then I realized she's guilt tripping me, so I buy something. And I mean, I didn't want a flower. It was very pretty, but I didn't want one. And then I was like having this battle of guilt. And then she stood there, like right here, staring at me. And I'm like, I don't want a flower. I'm sorry. And Lilia was just like, ignore everybody. Ignore them, they go away. And a very drunk man, he was barefoot, and bless his heart, was very dirty and obviously very drunk. It was in front of the guy who was singing. It was live music, and he's dancing and doing samba, and he's like joking around and dancing, and he was trying to get our attention while he was dancing. And I'm sitting here, I'm drinking my beer and trying to be like, I'm not looking at him. And it's the same thing as if you were, on Bourbon Street and a very drunk guy was trying to get your attention by goofing off. Well, all of a sudden he turns around and just vomits right there in the street. And no one, it's like no big deal. And I'm like, oh. And then he goes back to dancing and yelling and trying to get everybody's attention. He's just walking around yelling at people, and I'm like, don't make eye contact, don't make eye contact. And Lilia was like, don't look at them. Oh my gosh, it was such an experience. I mean, I'm trying to, I love being in like situations like that because it forces me not to be like, oh, ooh, it's so dirty. I don't want to be like that. So it's forcing myself to experience different things, different cultures, different, what I don't get this in the U.S. really. So that was interesting. We ended up getting a cab and coming back, it didn't. I mean, it wasn't expensive. It wasn't. It didn't take that long at all. Just to think that we were that close. But the female, it was a female cab driver too, which that was interesting. Not used to female cab drivers. And she was flooring it. And she would come up to a red light, and it'd be red, and she'd look back and forth at ease and just run the red light. I'm like, okay. We got home, and I pretty much came up, went to bed. Proud of myself. 2 nights in a row, I'm up past 3. But now it's what time? 10:36. I woke up at 10. So tired. Tonight we're going to La Paz, which is apparently like gonna be crazy for samba and dancing. And I'm gonna be the butch lesbian girlfriend for anyone who doesn't want to be seriously hit on. And yeah, that's gonna be my day. After I believe we're going to another favela today. I think I'll let you know tonight how it was. You guys have a good day. I love you.